NNPC reacts as Nigerians condemn appointment of only northerners. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) says its appointments always adhere to the principle of transparency and accountability. Kenny Obateru, NNPC, said this in a statement on Sunday. The corporation in March disengaged some of its staff and appointed new top management officials. This triggered criticisms from Nigerians, Niger Delta leaders and groups. But the corporation is insisting that federal character was also a factor in the progression of the newly appointees. He said many top management officers of the corporation were moved to new positions, while some were promoted based on their verifiable track records of performance. Obateru said some chief operating officers, group general managers, and managing directors of subsidiaries were affected in what some industry analysts described as the most objective placement exercise in the recent history of the Nigerian oil company. He noted that the changes saw the redeployment of the SY COO upstreams Roland Ewubare to the Ventures and Business Development Directorate as COO. NNPC said Ewubare's position as COO upstream was taken over by Adeyemi Adetunji, SY COO in charge of downstream directorate. It added that Laurentia Ndupu, redeployed to the downstream, is a physicist and renowned explorationist that has held many key positions. Bala Wunti, the SYMD of the Petroleum Products Marketing Company, was appointed as the new GGM of the National Petroleum Investment Management Services (NAPIMS). The statement added that Lawa Shade, the new MD of the NNPC Trading Company, was the MD of NIDAS, a shipping arm of the company. The spokesman said the exercise retained Adokiye Tombobiye from the South-South as this GGM, crude oil marketing. NNPC explained that the new appointments depicted a leadership determined to ensure permanence of square pegs in square holes. So I'm sure they are just trying to bring these other people's names to be able to calm some people nerves down, because if Nigerians are criticizing with what they have already told us, the names listed here, of course you are not going to be hearing northerners names in these names that this spokesperson has really mentioned. But you cannot tell us that Nigerians and those other groups who are criticizing, who are talking, they are not just criticizing for nothing, because by the time they bring the detail of this whole thing, everyone will be surprised, because they are just trying to bring this one out so that Nigerians will hear it and begin to say, oh, but all these names are just they are southerners names now, they are not just from the north. So why are people just crying more than they breathe? Why are people just making things where there is none? But if we are to get the details of this whole thing, this deployments and the employments and what have you, you'll be marveled that this man just carved the one that he thinks that the Nigerians will want to hear. And that is what they always talk about when they talk about these service chiefs, that a majority of the people from the north or Hausa Fulanis, they are the ones occupying those security apparatus. They will now go and bring 2 people, maybe out of let's say 20 people that are supposed to be heading or such apparatus. They will just tell you, they will just bring 2 out of them or 3. They will start mentioning the names of those people that are from the southern part of the country. But if you go in details, people don't just say anything without anything, because these people who are complaining, most especially this particular group, they know what they are talking about. So you cannot just bring out some names and begin to spread it and tell us, oh, of course people should hear this. Why are people now making it up as if it is not even observing federal character? It has always been. It has always been. Well, someone says here that the truth is that NNPC deliberately planted this nonsense. If we agree that the list of directors are based on seniority, obviously the plant was laid long time ago and it has germinated. The recent appointment of 1,050 staff are rigidly northern based. If the NNPC If the NNPC has any defenses for this, they should simply publish the list, discuss and state of origin. The immediate past NNPC GMD was open about the exam step by step, was done 3 weeks duration until the interview. I know a family that borrowed transport fare for their son to Abuja, and that's a confirmation of transparency. Kyari came and delayed the results for 6 to 7 months, manipulating, subtracting and so on, only to come out with northerners as the employed staff. The next few decades, they will all be directors. Let them publish the names. We are 4 regions. 1050 divided by 4, that is 262 per region. Even if one of the region has more than the other, let's see the list. So publish it. So that's what I'm saying. Just carve some things and begin to tell people, oh, this is this. Bring the whole list and let people see it. That's what somebody is saying here. Another person saying here that what do they do with the wealth they get from all these things? Is it not to marry several wives and taking of hard drugs? So just forget about them, because the water where the oil comes from had already cost them all. The entire list of management staff and their various positions from 2011 to date be published. It would give a clear picture of who is actually dominating who from the 6 geopolitical zones. During Jonathan, you people did not complain because some zones were in poor positions. Okay, nice one. Good analysis. Let them publish the list of the employed staff. Give us the names of your regions as you have divided Nigeria. Please know what to write. Anything with a beginning will surely have an end. This is one of the reasons why some people are against restructuring. The Hausa Fulani claim that the zoo is their birthright. So Nnpc is one of the properties their fathers will to them. Southerners, if you... Yes, okay, that's what he's saying. Okay, Southerners, if you make noise from now till the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ without any action, this callous, barbaric, cannibalistic and ethnocentric Hausa Fulanis will remain adamant. The only remedy is severance of this country called Nigeria. This nepotistic appointment is the reason the country is progressing. Okay, let them go ahead. Very soon we shall celebrate the obituary of this Malu with the feet of an elephant, or what is one saying. That constitutes a dangerous sign. These people are really out of a shadow or showdown. They have resorted to propaganda, maximum lies, and this disastrous system of forceful leadership of divide and rule to win more sympathy from our leaders to believing their well thought out model of slavery of the Southerns and oppositions of their failed governments, beautifying their criteria of engagement and all the blah 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 are all measures of how cheap intelligence can be used to ridicule progression, prospect and development to the dustbin. It is no news that the practice of engagement and promotions in Nnpc in particular and Nigerians' own establishments has always been on a trend, which are the major reasons for non-performance and failure like we are currently experiencing in all spheres of governance today. We can't be pretending by lying. If not, why are all the multinational companies doing much more better than us? Please disregard their lying machines, for that is what they are paid for. Just like lie, if you put Muhammad, now you know. Sometimes I get confused when I see people complaining about a Fulanis. These are men who will never see anything wrong in their evil actions. Yaradua will do the same thing. Atiku must do the same. Fulanis are as evil as word evil itself. How many Fulanis are suitably qualified? People that do not value education. They hardly go to school, for crying out loud. With which qualifications did they get to Nnpc? Okay, you are talking what are you saying? This one says start talking rubbish. So you are paid as a southerner to do the damage control. Of course, you can imagine, see a southerner that was coming to defend. Like I always say, even in election time, they are the ones, they will be pushing the southerners to go and speak, But when the time for all this opposition comes, they will just sideline them. They will begin to bring their people, just like the way the first lady has been complaining that the people that they all worked together before the election in 2015, all of a sudden she stopped seeing them, and the people who never even came around when the whole work was going on, they now hijacked the presidency, and they were the one controlling the whole country. The woman came out and said it, for the fact that she herself has not been able to penetrate, or maybe they are trying to keep her away from the whole thing. That's why she was complaining. Okay. Liars, no federal character policy is seen in this appointment. Buhari has messed up the FCC regulations in appointment. What does Buhari's daughter know to be in the board of a Nnpc? Okay, they will tell you no, that is not the issue. So guys, let us hear your opinion, whether it's really different from what this man is talking about. What's this man's name? Okay, his name is Kenny Obateru. Yes, yeah, Kenny Obateru. Okay, is the one speaking on behalf of Nnpc, that they really observe the federal character. So leave your comments and let's have your take. Thank you.